Imagine a world where you own your Instagram post, where every tweet you send could be tokenized and sold, and your personal data isn't locked in Facebook servers. Sounds like science fiction, yeah? Well, this is Web3, the internet's next evolution. And trust me, it's closer than you think. Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of our Web3 series. And as usual, I am Investor Theo, your host, and this tutorial is brought to you by PeepSciX. And if you're even slightly curious about blockchain, NFTs, decentralized apps, or just where the internet is heading, all right, you are in the right place. So definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications because this is just episode one. I'll be diving deep into topics like smart contracts, decentralized finance, and yes, even the metaverse. So let's do this. Before we jump into what Web3 really is, let's rewind a little bit. All right. The internet didn't just start off the way we know it today. In fact, we've gone through a few different eras, and understanding these changes will definitely make it easier to grasp why Web3 is such a big deal. So here's the timeline. I'll be breaking it down shortly. Web 1, and Web 1 is literally the read only era. So that took place within 1990s to early 2000s, and this was the first version of the internet. Web 1 it was simple, static, and kind of boring, right? But if you were being honest, you were actually working with it as a boring site. Websites were like online brochures, and you could visit a page, read information, and that's about it. Like that's literally it. Okay. So you can check out the clips and understand more about this. Trust me, you couldn't interact much with it, you couldn't comment, you could not even create a content there. All right. You were basically a spectator. Yeah, and so the website evolved and we came into the Web 2 segment, and that's the interactive era. So from 2004 till date, that's Web 2 segment, and this is where we are today. Social media, YouTube, blogs, platforms like Facebook and Twitter that allowed two-way interaction. So now users could actually create and share content, but there was a trade-off, right? So stay with me, there was a trade-off. Now we could post photos, write blogs, upload videos, but all that content lives in their platform. Right? Facebook, Google, TikTok, they own everything we create and collect data on everything we do. So you can see there is a catch there that we need to solve. And this is where Web3 decided to come up and work. So Web3 is the ownership era where you own everything. And this is the era we're in right now and the future. All right. And this builds up to Web3. This isn't just an upgrade, trust me, it's a complete shift of power. All right. The power has shifted from Google, from Facebook to you and you alone. All right. Web3 is built on blockchain technology, which means no middlemen, no centralized ownership. It's just that you have control over your data, your apps, and platforms. So this means the data, apps, platforms are decentralized, meaning you can control and own your own content, your digital identity, and even your online assets. All right. So how does Web3 actually work? Like how does it work? Okay. So here are three core ideas that make Web3 revolutionary. And we have the decentralization, we have ownership, and we have privacy. So let me break them down for you. All right. So when we talk about decentralization, we need to understand fully well that Web2 apps run on centralized servers. That means these servers are owned by Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Whereas Web3 apps run on a blockchain network, which means there's no single company controlling the data and it spreads across thousands of nodes globally. Okay, even if one node shut down, there's one thing to know: the system keeps running because Web3 is more secured and transparent, and this makes it best option for us to work with right now. Okay, the second aspect we're talking about is the ownership segment, and this is where we need to understand that in Web3 you can actually own digital items. So I believe you must have heard of non-fungible tokens, right? So that's NFTs. Okay, NFTs are a perfect example here. Whether it's art, whether it's music, or even virtual land, ownership is recorded on the blockchain and no one can take it away. You can even utilize OpenSea Marketplace to even get your NFTs if you're interested in getting NFTs. This ownership model applies more than just art. Even in video games, in-game assets can actually be bought, sold, and owned by players all through the Web3. All right. And the third aspect, most important, if you must say, is the privacy segment. So you're saying goodbye to passwords right now. Okay, when working with Web3. Web3, you log into apps using a crypto wallet like MetaMask, and your identity stays anonymous, and you control how much data you share. Okay, so MetaMask is actually going to be useful here, and your privacy is going to be top notch when working with Web3 world. Now, there are real world examples that we can work with for Web3 to show you things that are already involving in the Web3 space. And that's where we have the DeFi segment coming in, NFT marketplaces coming up, and DAOs coming up. So let me explain what I mean. So when we talk about DeFi, means decentralized finance, and is where borrowing and lending without banks take place. We have some protocols already working there. We have ETH protocol there. We have Compound already. So you can check them out too and research more on that. But in future videos, we'll be explaining them. NFT marketplaces, this is where you can work with digital arts and collectibles. Like I mentioned earlier, check out OpenSea. You can observe it there. And DAOs, this is where we have user governed communities. So these are decentralized autonomous organizations that are user governed communities. Okay, so you can check out more DAOs platforms out there. So basically, that's Web3 in a nutshell. It's that simple to understand. All right. But trust me, in the next episode, I'm going deeper and deeper into blockchains, the tech that makes Web3 possible. So don't forget to stay with me until next video too. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and comment below directly what excites you most about Web3. What makes you interested in Web3? Let us know. All right. You can join our communities for more updates. Let's discuss Web3 and let's push further as a team. I'll see you in our top Web3 community on Telegram. Let's do this.